Hi, I hope you're having a great day and I hope you're staying safe at home. When you talk about belly fat, many things come to our mind. That's a struggle that most people have. You know, they tone up, they build muscle, but they struggle to lose belly fat, men and women, girls and boys. Well, it's a very vast subject to talk on when it comes to belly fat because it includes so many things, right from your nutrition that suits your body type to your hormones. If you have a hormonal imbalance, you're bound to have a lot of belly fat because of estrogen dominance or lack of testosterone. Then the other reasons could be a sedentary lifestyle, sometimes even overtraining and poor recovery. And then of course sleep. Today it's medically and scientifically proven that if you have sleep deprivation, you will have an increase of belly fat in the belly area. And then we know your stress levels as well. You can be chronically stressed, and because of that you have an estrogen a progesterone imbalance along with testosterone, and that's why you tend to have more weight on the belly area. So these could be several reasons, but today we're going to pick up one point from what you can add to your nutrition. I'm talking about soluble fiber. There are two kinds of fiber, soluble fiber and insoluble fiber. Insoluble fiber doesn't really mix with water, but it's what helps us form the bulk of our stool. So insoluble fiber sources will help us with constipation, to push the stool out of our system, especially when we're constipated. I'm talking about soluble fiber. Now, soluble fiber basically contains something called beta-glucan and glucomannan. Now, this mixes with water to form like a gel-like substance, and that actually delays the emptying of the stomach into the gut, allowing for complete and proper digestion and the actual time required for the enzymes to break down your food. We have digestive enzymes, and most people have depleted enzymes because of their consumption of aerated drinks, improper foods, ultra-processed foods, too much of smoking, binge drinking. And what happens is we deplete these enzymes, and then we cannot break down carbohydrates, proteins, and fats the right way. And anything that isn't assimilated isn't absorbed, and it can lead to fat gain and a host of other problems. Okay, what we also have is that soluble fiber feeds the good gut bacteria. So your good gut bacteria needs to be fed by prebiotics as well as by foods that are rich in soluble fiber. When this happens, it increases the efficiency of your digestive enzymes to break down your food, assimilate your food, and even absorb your food. When we have too much of bloating and our stomach always seems a little bit bigger because of the bloating, we know that we have more bad bacteria than the good bacteria, and that needs to change. So soluble fiber can help you feed the good bacteria. Soluble fiber also ferments in the gut into something called your short-chain fatty acids, also known as SCAFA. Now this helps you burn more belly fat because it increases fat metabolism. So you see there are many ways to increase your metabolism. One is also through soluble fiber, which ferments in the gut producing short-chain fatty acids. Your soluble fiber also helps you with your appetite. A lot of us keep constantly getting hungry all the time, and we have cravings. That could be emotional, sometimes it could be really physical. So when we have a diet that does not contain sufficient amount of fiber, we keep feeling hungry all the time, and then we keep eating more calories because we're hungry, but our body doesn't really need it, and then the excess energy is always stored into body fat, mainly into your belly area once you've accumulated enough. So let's talk about simple foods that exist around all of us that we can add. But before that, a warning. Don't overdo it on fiber. If you overdo it on fiber, you can actually irritate your gut lining. You can actually create a leaky gut syndrome. You can bloat up more. So you should always start off with a little bit of fiber and see if it suits you. Most people undereat fiber because they don't eat balanced diets in the first place. So most people undereat fiber. Now usually for a man, it's usually suggested between 30 to 35 grams of fiber, and for a woman, anywhere between 22 to 25 grams of fiber. But like I said, most people don't even eat that because most people are doing fad diets and they don't get sufficient nutrition or soluble fiber. So here's a list of foods, and I'm sure someone will also post the list of foods very soon. Number one, flax seeds. Okay, so if you're used to having oats, because oats is also on the list, soluble fiber, fantastic source of beta-glucan, which just doesn't help you with your fat loss, but it also helps you with your immunity, your hair, and your skin. So people who have oats in the morning, it could be cooked in water. You can add 1 or 2 tablespoons of ground flaxseed powder. That's going to increase your protein as well as your amount of soluble fiber. We spoke about oats. Sweet potatoes. I don't know why people move away from sweet potatoes just because it's tagged with potatoes. They think it's going to make them fat. Rich source of soluble fiber. can help you with your belly fat. Now, when I say help you with your belly fat, just don't go and start eating these foods expecting your belly fat to go. You still got to work out, balance your nutrition, sleep well at night, and take care of your emotional levels of stress as well as your hormonal balance. Then we have apricots, we have oranges, we have apples, we have the bean family, whether it's your rajma, your black beans, your white beans, your chickpeas, all your legumes are rich in soluble fiber and also rich in protein. So please make sure that you get these foods in your diet, and you can try different sources of soluble fiber on different days. Then you have psyllium husk. A lot of people think isabgol or psyllium husk is only used as a laxative for constipation, but no, you can also use it. Even if you're not constipated, you can use a teaspoon mixed with water to increase your soluble fiber content in your diet. Then we have broccoli, we have avocados, we have pears, we have figs, we have your sunflower seeds, we have carrots, and we have barley. Most of these foods, if not local to you, are available. And when you have a balanced diet, we will end up having 2 to 3 fruits in a day. You will have your legumes at least with one meal, and the other foods fit in automatically. So when you eat in balance, your body gets what it needs to manage. But I know so many people who lack fiber. And because they lack fiber, they have gut issues, they have acidity. Now, if you have IBS and if you have Crohn's and severe colitis, you may want to go very easy on fiber. Okay, work with your professional to slowly increase your fiber, because like I said, if you add too much of fiber and there's too much of fermentation in your gut, it can actually cause more inflammation, and it can actually cause more disharmony in your microbiota, which is your gut microbiome. So when it comes down to nutrition, like I always say, it's simple. Today's social media and a lot of fad diets have made us believe that we have to give away so many of these foods which our ancestors also ate, and they had absolutely no problems that we have today. So understand, aim for a balance, make sure that your diets have wholesome foods that come from nature. When you're eating packaged foods and ultra-processed food, it has no soluble fiber, it has no fiber at all in it. And that's why it's so processed, it irritates your gut lining, creating leaky gut syndromes and everything else, and more belly fat because of the sugar and all of the preservatives. So get your nutrition in balance, make sure you work out. The more you work out, the more recovery you need. Sleep has to be perfect, because your sleep and your weight loss is directly connected with each other. And take care of your stress levels. There's no point investing in negativity, because the more negative you are, the more chronic stress you have, the more hormonal imbalance you have. And one of the easiest ways to have belly fat is when you have hormonal imbalance, low testosterone, too much of estrogen, and a complete imbalance in your hormones. Have a great day, everyone. Until next time, eat smart, move more, sleep right, and breathe deep.